Good morning, beautiful being. It is great to see you. We are inside. It is wet out there, so you know that means we're going to do some rocks. Rocks we have, rocks we enjoy. Beauty, right? Elevate our states. I talk about elevating emotions. Why do you think I do this? I need to elevate my own some days. And besides, how can you not enjoy this? This is so cute. This is smoky quartz, right? A little double terminated crystal. Look, it's got this slightly skeletal side with the triangle. There you go. You can see a little triangle indentation in it. Morning, Heather. Welcome to Wet Wellington. Hi, Linda. And then it's sitting on this little. Obviously, this was part of a geode, right? And it's got these little quartz crystals on the bottom, and it's really terribly cute. It's a little bit transparent. You can see through there. Hi, Andrea. And we've had our bump. We're all good. And so this is our little friend. Now, the fun thing is it looks all cute, but it's kind of, if you meditate with crystals, if you do energy, the energy of it's actually quite kick-ass. So, it's sweet, but don't mess with me. More smoky quartz today. Oh, it's wet where you are too. Connecticut's wet and Wellington is wet. But I guarantee it won't be wet around the whole world. Good morning, everyone who's coming on. Facebook doesn't always tell me who you are, but it's lovely to see you. Sean, good morning. Great to see you here. More smoky quartz, right? I'm very fond of this one. So, it's obviously grown from here to here. And, this part's quite white, sort of. And obviously, it's one of those less than perfect rocks, which I really love because perfect gets to be boring. And, it's got these beautiful shiny surfaces where they exist. And look at the shapes there that you can see when I catch the light on it. And this, kind of like it's soaked in from the edge, the darkness. And the dark colour of smoky quartz comes because it's been exposed to radiation. It's radiation that makes it go dark. So this is beautiful, it almost looks like some kind of animal or, it's like a sculpture. I love this. A perfect pocket rock. Yes, I know, you'd walk in here, stick it in your pocket and walk out. And you probably bring it back after it had finished having its slumber party. So there it is. I really like this one. It's just gorgeous. Now, last but not least, this fabulous thing, which is just a great, it's a mongrel. It's everything, okay? It's totally a mongrel stone. Now, let me see. There's a lot of detail on it that I'm not going to be able to show you on the camera. But, right, we have, obviously this is quartz, right? And it's got this orangey stuff in it. Bernadette, good morning. And it's got green on it, which is epidote, and there's epidote all over it. This part is calcite, and there are little rainbows in there, but they're probably, where are they? They're probably not going to come over on the camera, but I'll try to catch them. It's all about which way the light hits things. There's one in there. They're just small, but this is calcite. And then there's something that we don't know what it is. See this blade of something there? Amber, good morning, good morning, good morning. Jocelyn, great to see you. We're just looking over this really amazing crystal, which is a complete mongrel of all sorts of things. We argue, my geologist, Jim friend and me, we argue maybe it's some kind of tourmaline, maybe it's something that's a bit like mica. It's a blade of something blue. There's some hematite in here. I don't know how red or brown it looks to you because colours change on the camera. But it's just a fabulous, fabulous rock. And you turn it over. And this, I think this is hematite, all this darkness here. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Yes, became all of it. We get to be whatever the heck we want to be. So it's fabulous. It's really fabulous. There's lots of epidote there. Haven't showed that off to you. And if you look into this one, you can see the depth of it. So it's got a facet that you can see through, and then it's got all the stuff you can't. It's just glorious. And my friend Jenny, she said, you have this one. It was like, oh, really? Ren, good morning. So she made me a gift of it, which was just a great blessing. Fugly stone, funny and ugly, but I just love it. Now, get to the topic, Maddie. I want to pick up exactly where we left off yesterday. I was thinking, what are we talking about? Because sometimes it's like that, Sometimes, because nobody asks me a really curly question, which is fine. And I think, well, what the feck? Source, divine observer, what are we doing? And what came to me was to, fire and wire, repeat, 2 laws of the brain. One is association, and we talked about that. Because I bet, here's a perfect example, right? I hold this up. And what do? You look for something that it looks like. Oh, maybe it's a horse. Maybe it's I don't know. You look for what it looks like. That's why we like looking at clouds. Because we're seeing the shapes and we're thinking, what can I see that looks like something I know? That's the law of association in action, right? The other law of the brain is, and that's how the brain connects things together. The other law of the brain is the law of repetition. So yesterday we did this lovely exercise where I'll revise it and then we'll do it and then we're going to expand on it. We connected with the heart and we'd already chosen a really good memory. Or if we didn't have a really good memory, we kind of started to create a really good memory. Because the idea that it hasn't happened now, it hasn't happened to me and so it can't happen to me, or I can't pretend that it's happened and actually make it real in my experience now, or the idea that it happened in the past and I can't make that real now, that's not true. So we chose a memory, we got heart-centered, and we started to generate the experience of that memory or that created memory, and yet wonder how it feels, not what it might look like. So it's in the brain, because here I am talking about visual stuff, but exactly what does it feel like? There's association through all the senses. Thank you, Andrea, for pointing out the obvious bit I missed. So, we choose something we want to create, that we want to remember, we want to recreate, we want to make more of. Morning, Julian! And we get heart-centered and we start to generate these emotions by remembering, by seeing and sensing and tasting and touching and smelling and hearing that memory or that memory of your future. If it's not a memory of your past, you're making a memory of your future. And we were doing that. And then there's more, right? There's more you can do. So we're going to do that today. Because if there's one thing that I am aware of, is that worldwide today, it's very, very easy and so easy for people to be utterly swamped by fear. There's so much in the media. You can look through strangers. All it is COVID-19. And a lot of it is, dare I say it, bullshit. And people just keep on accepting this stuff and believing it and getting into the fear. And of course, the fear knocks out your immunity. Doesn't help you. Adrian, it's gorgeous to see you. Isla! Yay! And we talked about that. Take your attention off that crap. Go to your government websites, get useful information, and determinedly rip out the plug from that feed because it is reinforcing stuff you do not want or need to know, right? It's a really fine line because we need to spread useful information, but it doesn't help to spread fear. And fear is rife in the mass consciousness, right? So the reason why I'm focusing so much on generating positive emotions is that this is what we have to do if we're not going to fall into that trap. And when we do fall into that trap, because it happens to me too, right? How do I get myself out of it? And that same process of realizing, oh my God, I am putting my energy and my intention onto things that I do not want. And oh my God, that means I'm actually drawing them to me. If you realize that that is actually a quantum physical truth and it's a physical truth, then this is how you get out of that. And it is not a quick fix. It is not it's some, take this pill and it'll all be done, or buy this thing and you'll feel better. No, you got to learn to self-regulate. And that's what this whole thing is about for me. And, there is a lot I could look at that would just send me straight into a deep spin, and I very consciously choose not to look at it. Why? Because where I am, there's a lot of things that I don't need to know. I need to know how to keep myself safe, and I need to do the best thing that I can do is to keep myself coherent and to not have fear pouring off me. Yes, because everyone's scared. And Linda, you're in a different state, aren't you? and you're really aware that you're in a different state, and a lot of us are aware that we're choosing a different state. So this is what I want to do, is reinforce the fact that we can be in a different state, and in that state you are helping yourself stay well. You are literally radiating light, and you are serving your community and your family and the people in your bubble, whatever it is, best by doing that. Okay, so let's get on with it. So first thing is we've actually got to choose how we want to feel, right? And yesterday I said choose a really positive memory, or if you don't have a really positive memory, start to create something, and we explored that. So if you did that yesterday and you like what you did yesterday and you'd like to do some more with it, please bring it back to mind, bring it back to heart, bring it back to body, bring it back to awareness, bring it back to your senses. And I can feel you doing this. My hands are starting to prickle. So, we do this, right? We created this energy yesterday. Let's reconnect with it today. We left footprints in the unified field yesterday. Now we're just going to leave more footprints. Leave more footprints. The same path, carving it deeper, making it wider and stronger. And I think it's brilliant that you could sense the difference, Linda, because it meant you weren't in it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of everybody who's making a conscious choice not to do that, right? It takes effort. It's very easy to just go with the crowd. But we're not doing that. So that beautiful memory, that beautiful feeling, which whether you took it from the past or from the future, you made now, right? Close your eyes if you wish. Bring on the senses. Now, if you're thinking, I remember how it looks, or if you're thinking, God, I can't remember how it looks, or I don't know how it looks, how does it feel, right? We start with the emotion. And while you're doing the starting with the emotion thing, please put your hand over your heart and give it a bit of a rub. We're putting the attention in your heart as you start to create, because the heart is the manifesting center of the body. It creates an energy field. I haven't got time to explain all that stuff. And where you put your attention here, it grows eventually. It opens. It gets very powerful. Okay, this isn't just hairy-fairy stuff. This is science. So put your attention here. And some sensation from this thing that you want to create, even if it's just feeling love. Now stop focusing on the fact that you can feel fear coming off people. That's not a valuable thing to even acknowledge. Bless you, I know both of you are very powerful, so it's important to realize, I'm not even noticing that, because the more we notice it, the more we give it attention, the more we collapse it into reality. So, whatever I can feel around me, I do not even wish to acknowledge. This is not ruby-coloured glasses. This is quantum physics. I have to make myself coherent. The last time I went to the supermarket, there was a queue. I had to wait because, because of social distancing. And I was just standing there practicing coherence. I was standing there exuding love and light. And it was really nice. What better to do? So, smile on your face. And I was standing there grinning and smiling and exuding love. I know you do that. So you can have the awareness, but to not give it any kind of power is really important to me. So, I'm sort of, about that. Misty, it's lovely to see you, honey. So, awareness on your heart. Bring in the sensations. And today I really feel encouraged to get you to think about how it feels. Like if you are imagining walking on the beach with someone you love, and that was what we used yesterday, think about how the air feels on your skin. Is it warm and still? Is there a breeze? How's the sand on your feet? Is it raining? Is it dark? Is it light? So bring in sensations, because why? Because tactile puts you there. So, and you're starting, as you play with this, you're starting to breathe in and out of your heart. Because remember, you said, you connect with some kind of feeling, some kind of memory. And maybe there are colours, maybe there are sounds. Well, what does it sound like where it is that you're creating to be? Are you in a forest and you can hear leaves rustling and birds? Are you somewhere where it's absolutely still and quiet and there's nobody? Or is there just one or two or three people? Create. And as you create, and you start to get a feeling. Because as you're putting your attention on this way that you want to feel and how it is that, that you desire it to be, and you can even imagine yourself in a shop and light blazing out of you, you're like a star. Imagine that, feeling so empowered and so full of light that you fill that entire shop with light and all the coronavirus just falls on the ground dead. Imagine that, being a super nuka person with so much love and light that nothing dangerous can exist around you. That's a really elevated feeling. That makes me feel good, and you start to breathe this feeling. So as you breathe in, breathe this feeling, this awareness. Even if you've managed to have a sense of being in a place where something wonderful is happening, breathe that scene in. It's so good. And as you breathe it out, you let it grow, you let it become bigger, and you let it be all around you. So you're not just breathing out of your nose. You imagine that your breath is growing around you, right? Making it bigger. Crystal, good morning. Letting it grow around you. And what we're starting to do, as you imagine your breath, the light, the beauty, the warmth, the healing, the love, the safety, the joy, the release, the healing, whatever it is that you desire around you, you're expanding your focus. You are opening your focus into the environment, and you are creating it. And you are making neural net in your brain, and you are creating an experience of being in your future now. So let it, and it's easier with your eyes shut because you're removing the input from your external environment, right? So yeah, you paint it in. You turn on the surround sound. You turn on, when they have those theme parks and you're sitting in a chair and it vibrates and it tilts you around. Add the movement. Be there and let it wrap around you and expand and get bigger, and breathe it in and out your heart. This is the important part. Breathe it in and out of your heart in all directions. Every time you breathe out, it gets bigger all around you. You're practicing, after a fashion, an open focus, and you can feel your brain start to calm down. Keep breathing in and out. Keep breathing in and out. And you can slow your breath, particularly the out breath. Yeah, I know you do, Julian. Oh my God. You're just this anchor of okayness wherever you go. You're so amazing. So open your focus into the space around you of this experience that you're creating. And I can feel from here that you're all exploring this and playing with it. And that's great. You get easier. Your body starts to have an experience of being in your future. And I'm kind of waiting for the energy to shift. So keep playing with this, because there's something else I want to add, right? As you keep breathing, and you start to get the feeling of how your future is and of being there, and, the environment, the people who are or aren't there, the things, the experiences, it starts to become a little bit more real to you. And you have this feeling of whatever it is in your chest. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to literally radiate that feeling around you into the space around you. That's why I asked you to pay attention to the space around you, so that you can now radiate this experience that you are creating into the space around you. Just like, and you can imagine it as light coming out of a star, or as sound coming out of a 360-degree speaker, or as a sensation that's all over your skin and all over, like right through the air around you, right through the entire room, the community, the place where you are. The entire universe is full of this feeling, this awareness that you're creating of who you are in your future. But it's now. You're giving yourself an experience of the future now. And I can feel you're starting to get it. It takes some practice, right? But doesn't it feel good when you start to get a sense of this? Oh, you mean I can give myself the experience now? I can put my hands on my heart. I can breathe. I can practice. I can pay attention. I can create this. It is like creating a collage of different sensory inputs to what you're creating, and you are making it now as you do that. Vicky, good morning. Making it now. This is not idle imagination. This is creation. It's so powerful. It's so powerful to do this. Now here's the thing, and I'm asking you to do this very gently, please, because this is only fresh, and I really just desperately didn't forget desperately. I'm asking you to go away and practice this. If you have time, if you have the desire, go away and practice this. And as you and the state's bedding in, I can feel it getting stronger. As you start to really feel this, you can ask yourself, okay, as this person in this environment feeling this way, what am I now doing? What do I want to do? Just and gently, right? And don't let your brain, if it even wants to go there, start thinking, I need to, just something very small. Would it be like you're sitting in a deck chair in the sun and says, I'd lean back and relax a bit more. Just let go and enjoy this moment. It's something really simple and small about increasing the state of being. It's not about going out and doing massive things. You just created this, right? Gently expanding into, okay, if this is my life, if this is my future, what now will I be thinking? What are the thoughts that are running through my head when I feel like this? And what am I thinking about doing? What am I doing? If it's easy, the moment you start to feel yourself heading into struggle and thinking, it needs to be, let it go. Come back to the feeling. So this is a simple exercise, and it takes determination to practice it. And of course, in a deep meditative state, it's a hell of a lot easier. But this is the process. This is what we do when we create ourselves. And so you have your hand on your heart, you've brought up the emotions, the feelings, the sensations. You're starting to feel yourself there. You radiate that feeling into your environment. You let it go out to the universe. This is a clear intention and an elevated emotion. Hello, you're in creation. You start to imagine yourself being this person. And you can stay with that for a little while. And then, because now we're out of time, then you surrender your creation to a greater mind. The intelligent love that is observing you into being with love all the time is getting excited because now you're paying attention as a creator. It's like, okay, you want me to endorse this? Give it up. Let the greater mind look after it. Just let it go. Let it go. And just come back very gently to now. Okay. I made some changes. I changed myself. My brain has new neural pathways. I felt some different chemistry. I started to fire away new thoughts. I started to feel new feelings, and I even started to imagine new actions. Hello, I'm a bit different now. That's how it works. And that's the power you have. That's the power you have. And we've got to get out of our resting state to do this. And it can create chaos because we're breaking our ties with everything we know and we're bringing in new things. Like wings flapping in and out, full release. Yep, all of that's going to happen. This is how we do it. I'm out of time, beautiful being. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So much love. Thank you for joining and creating with me. Until then, bye-bye.